Und damit willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact und zum 5. Akt von der Sumeru-Hauptquest.
Has everyone arrived?
Das Avengers-Team ist versammelt und wir sind bereit, eine korrupte, im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes wie auch im moralischen Sinne, Akademie zu stürzen.
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
Please, wait a moment.
Oh, was ist denn?
Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Ah, ja, wir werden unser Bestes geben.
Okay.
Oh Mann, es ist immer noch erwärmend zu sehen, wie besorgt sie um uns alle ist. Aber ich fürchte, wir müssen ein wenig rücksichtslos sein. Ich meine, wir stehen gegen die Obrigkeit dieses Landes und gegen die Fatui.
They're all waiting for you.
Also, du kommst auch hoffentlich mit. Ohne dich wird das hier nichts. Ja, jetzt wird der Plan geschmiedet, wie wir vorgehen wollen.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Was? Ohne uns?
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Direkt um die Ecke, ihr hättet was sagen müssen.
Are you ready?
Ja, Schatz, ich weiß natürlich, dass lore-mäßig ein paar Tage vergangen sind. Yep, sowas von bereit.
Very well.
Als nächstes arbeitet die Gruppe einen vollständigen Operationsplan
Are you
aus.
sure this is gonna work?
Wenn dieser Text nicht immer verschwinden würde, könnte ich auch noch weiter vorlesen. Tut mir leid, ihr müsst dann leider pausieren und euch das selber durchlesen. Oder ihr seid schnell genug im Lesen, aber wenn man vorliest, kann man leider nur so schnell lesen, ne? Ich versuche schon immer, so schnell zu reden, wie es überhaupt geht.
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
Haben sie kein Interesse daran, uns den Spieler und Zuschauer einzuweihen, wie die Pläne aussehen? Bis zu dem Punkt wahrscheinlich, wo wir sie ihnen ausführen.
You're making Paimon nervous.
Ich wäre ja auch nervös, wenn ich wüsste, was wir machen. So. Ach, ich hasse es. Ich finde immer so doof, wenn Spiele und Filme das machen, den Zuschauer und Spieler einfach komplett
You're
außen
finally
vor
done.
lassen. Geil. Ja, wir haben eine Menge besprochen. Wäre nur zu schön, wenn wir auch wüssten, was besprochen wurde.
I have some other stuff to take care of.
Ah,
Catch you all later.
cool, bis dann.
Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
Ich hoffe, der Plan involviert auch Zainari und andere.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
Ja, scheint ganz so. Sprechen dafür kann ich natürlich nicht.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Ah, ich wusste, dass ich irgendwann diesen Namen nochmal aussprechen muss, deswegen hatte ich es versucht, letztes Mal zu üben. Wir werden am nächsten Nyagarba-Tag zur Tat schreiten. Ist mir egal, ob ich das richtig ausgesprochen habe. Das ist der eine Versuch, den er kriegt.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Ach, danke. Und demnach zu urteilen, bleibt sie zurück hier und bewacht das Dorf.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Um fair zu sein, dieses Dorf wäre wahrscheinlich verloren ohne sie. Nur weil wir in der Akademie mal aufräumen wollen, heißt es ja nicht, dass die Sandstürme und die Rifthounds deswegen Urlaub machen.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Your safety is the most important thing. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, take care.
Ich habe so die dunkle Vorahnung, dass wir diesen Rat leider nicht befolgen werden. Aber wir sagen in diesem Moment trotzdem Danke, Candace.
You're welcome. And thank you for taking my advice. Good luck with everything. I'll be here in the village praying for you.
Triff dich mit Allheitern. Mir kommt es ehrlich gesagt ein bisschen recht, dass wir einen loremäßigen Grund haben, Candace nicht ins Team zu nehmen. Gibt mir eine gute Ausrede, dass ich sie nicht ins Team nehmen kann, weil ich sie überhaupt nicht gebaut habe.
Stay safe, everyone. I'll be here, praying for you. Good luck.
Vielen Dank. Kusanani scheint uns ja trotzdem hier und da mal noch zu helfen, ne? Zum Beispiel jetzt mit dem, als wir da in die Grube gefallen sind. Deswegen, und weil ich sie einfach zu sehr mag, sie ihre Fähigkeiten zu sehr mag, bleibt sie im Team und Jesus, neuer Charakter für mich, den ich sehr mag aktuell.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Ach, die beiden.
Okay.
Ich glaube, der Brigade hier aus den Sanddünen wird es sehr gefallen, den Kern der 30 auf die Mütze zu hauen. Ich nehme an, das sind die Gegner, die ins Ziel nehmen, ins Korps nehmen werden.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah, also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
Yep, absolut.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Ich glaube, das passt nicht zu Allheitaps Charakter, sowas zu sagen.
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
Ach, ich finde das, was Allheitam gesagt hat, äußerst sinnreich.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Yep. Stimmen wir dem absolut zu.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar.
Ha! Das glaube ich ihm keinen Wort.
But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight.
Ich wette, er weiß sehr gut, wie er sich verteidigen muss. Ich meine, rein von der Lore her hat er auch diese, mit uns zusammen am Tier des Leuchtturms besiegt, ne? Und ich meine, gegen diesen verrückten Anführer hat er auch ganz gut gekämpft.
Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary...
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment.
Wow. Er hat auch echt ein Ego, wenn er will, ne? Meine Güte.
That reminds me.
Aber um fair zu sein, er hat auch das Können, das zu unterstreichen.
Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge.
Travers Gedächtnis ist wie ein Sieb, er kann sich nicht dran erinnern. Kleiner Spaß.
You have a good memory.
Ah, danke.
Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this.
Ich erinnere mich auch noch jetzt dran, wie er gesagt hat, als die Akademie von ihm wollte, dass er uns spioniert hier, als sie ihm göttliches Wissen versprochen haben, dass ihm das schon gereicht hat, die Bestätigung, dass es sowas gibt. Also es scheint wirklich jetzt gerade aktuell nochmal enorm an Wichtigkeit gewonnen zu haben.
I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge.
Und vielleicht, weil Irminsul befallen ist davon, betrifft es auch die normalen Gelehrten, die sich damit verbinden wollen in ihrem komischen Studium mit den Räucherwerken. Vielleicht hat das auch endlich ein Ende, wenn wir Irminsul bereinigen.
But the academia has always held a different view. They have always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction.
Der Schritt hat das ja über die Welt gebracht. Scheinbar versehentlich. Aber vielleicht hat er nicht gewusst, welche Konsequenzen es haben würde. Und scheint es doch, dass er selber zunächst das für eine gute Idee gehalten hat, oder? Also irgendwas davon verstanden haben muss. Und erst als es drohte, sein ganzes Volk zu verschlingen, hat er sich selber aufgeopfert, um diesen Fehler wieder rückgängig zu machen. Also irgendwas muss ja dann schon daran sein, dass die Götter einen besonderen Zugang zu diesem verbotenen Wissen haben.
The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
Mhm. Absolut. Das ist gut denkbar, würde ich sagen.
Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorms.
Ja, was ist, wenn Irminsul dieses verbotene Wissen aufgenommen hat? Denn Irminsul, wie wir ja schon erfahren haben, ist ja Wissen in einer gewissen Form.
At least, that's what Tainari told us. Wait a second. Could it be that?
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
Dann bleibt nur die Frage, wie man das beseitigt. Jetzt verstehe ich, warum die Akademie das in all den Jahrhunderten nicht geschafft hat. Also müssen wir dieses verbotene Wissen verstehen, um einen Weg zu finden, es zu bereinigen.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge.
Ja, auf jeden Fall sollte Kusanali davon erfahren.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
Oh ja, sie hätte uns gesagt, dass der Schlüssel zur Rettung von Irminsul in den Überresten des Bewusstseins der höheren Herrin Rukkhadevada zu finden wäre. Und wir haben erfahren, dass sie Rukkhadevada ist.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve the problems Sumeru currently faces.
Jawohl.
To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Zu dem, wo wir letztens waren? Ah ja. Ach, eine Buchseite. Ach cool, die heißen hier, das habe ich noch gar nicht angeschaut. Wie auch in Inazuma gibt es hier auch wieder so Schnipsel zu finden, die dann zu Geschichten werden, wenn man 10 von denen sammelt. Und hier sind Erzählungen aus 1000 Nächten. Hier ist es ja von Inazuma. Ich glaube, eins konnte ich zusammensetzen. Genau, das 3. Kapitel habe ich zusammengesetzt. Die anderen, keine Ahnung. Und hier ist es Erzählung aus 1000 Nächten. Schön. Ein weiterer Bezug zur echten arabischen Wüste. Erzählung aus 1001 Nacht.
Oh, you made it.
What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
Ein Anfang von Wiedergutmachung. Sehr gut.
How's the work going?
Ah, yes. We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Da sind Wissenskapseln.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into his head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich das will.
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious.
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The Akdamie should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
Warum ich und was soll ich denn
Do
hinzufügen?
you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Ja.
Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of this. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes.
Paimon is still really worried.
Gut, mal angenommen, das funktioniert, was wir damit
I
machen.
understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick, self-encouragement may be the most important tool we have.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Jetzt auf einmal will er doch ein bisschen was für die Moral tun. Nun denn.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Also gut.
Now, open your eyes. Here,
What's this?
read it out loud.
Auf dem Blatt Papier stehen einige seltsame Worte. Auch wenn es nicht klar ist, welchen Nutzen es haben wird, wäre es am besten im Plan
It's done.
einzuprägen. Was für ein sonderbares Erlebnis.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
Uns geht's gut.
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha.
Sollen die ganzen Sumeraner sich diese Wissenskapsel aus der Akasha ziehen, oder wie?
You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need.
Clever. Also die eigene Maschine dieses Unrechtsstaates nutzen und die Köpfe der Bevölkerung mit der Wahrheit in Kontakt bringen lassen.
After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
Ein willenloser, unkritischer Niemand.
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Aye.
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
Ah ja. Ich hoffe, dass das klappt. Ich kann mir vorstellen, dass die großen Weisen nicht gerade erpicht drauf sind, wenn man mit ihrem Spielzeug spielt. Immer auch zu Karawanen Ribat und zur großen Mauer.
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Hatham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Wäre wirklich hilfreich, wenn wir mitreden könnten, über welchen Plan sie reden im Detail. Mann. Klar, natürlich ist der Plan waghalsig und wahrscheinlich nehmen wir uns Candices Rat nicht wirklich, also überhaupt nicht zu Herzen. Aber worüber reden die? Weiht uns doch ein.
Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
Was ist unser Plan?
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry, but as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
Über welche Opfer reden wir denn hier? Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass Sino so gegen Opfer ist, wenn es nicht irgendwie um die Bevölkerung von Sumeru geht.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Und dann quasi das trojanische Pferd reinbringen, oder wie?
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
Aber eure Waffen werdet ihr wohl kaum mitnehmen können.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. but I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove.
Eine Sache verstehe ich nicht an dem Plan. Ich dachte, die Akademie weiß offen, dass Cyno gegen sie arbeitet. Warum sollten sie also Cyno empfangen, der irgendwelche Söldner festgenommen hat?
I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
Okay, ich schätze, wir können helfen, mit Maßgewalt auszuüben.
I knew you would say that.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sollten Rahmen und die anderen auf keinen Fall im Stich lassen. Ja, wir können natürlich auch denen die ganze Arbeit abnehmen und erstmal alle Horden von Söldnern und K03 und hast nicht gesehen ausnehmen.
Cyno, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve is even more important. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support. We will show you the determination of us desert dwellers.
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refuse. But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Candace made it very clear that we can only achieve our goals if we can ensure our safety. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendroarchon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this for our shared dream.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
Also machen wir hier erstmal Radau, damit es weniger Wachen gibt, um die nach Sonere zu führen? Oder wie ist der Plan? Ich bin immer noch sehr verwirrt. Gut, die gehören zum Regiment der 30.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Cyno's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need.
So, die Nachricht, dass Cyno misstraut wird, hat natürlich noch nicht die Grunts hier unten erreicht, nehme ich an.
But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible, and treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Es scheint nur mehr ein bisschen komisch, dass die vom Regiment der 30 uns nicht erkannt haben. Ich dachte, die Söldner sind alle hinter uns her, die der Akademie unterstehen. Auf jeden Fall, Simon hat einen äußerst mächtiges Auftreten.
Because this is work.
Uns gegenüber ist er viel freundlicher.
Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Akademia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
Nein, ich erinnere mich nicht, weil ihr uns nicht eingeweiht habt. Ah.
The caravan rebot operation is
Ah,
of great
endlich, danke.
importance. But don't worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Akademia has been covering up the matter.
Gut, wenn die Matra das nicht wissen, ist das ein Argument.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Akademia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
Okay. Erklärt doch trotzdem nicht, warum sie uns nicht erkannt haben.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Ich meine, einen feindlichen Akteur aus dem Ausland, den können sie doch sicher zu jeder Zeit in Haft setzen.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers.
Ah, wir werden jetzt hier in meine Welt treten. Nein, ich kann gerade nicht.
But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
Sind wir immer wieder eine Variable, die sich nicht berechnen lässt? Wir haben auch schon die Samsara des Abserus-Fests gesprengt.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Akademia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic, but can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles. Decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out.
Soll die Akasha nicht auch überall Heiz haben, so einige Voraussagen treffen könnten? Ich schätze, wenn wir alle zusammen den Plan schmieden, dann reicht das nicht mehr aus, wahrscheinlich.
But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it.
Das stimmt. Ich meine, Dia kennt's ja sowieso überhaupt nicht, ne?
Our thoughts and logic have
wirklich.
intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Huh. Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
Whew. Paimon's so glad that this is settled.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Wäre es unsere Schuld, dass wir hier aus plottechnischen Gründen den Scheiß erst im Nachhinein erzählt bekommen? Als würde das irgendwas bringen.
Will do.
Wie dem auch sei, ich bin mir sicher, dass es gelingen wird.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District. My name is Luxembarbo.
Luxembarbo. Was ist das denn für ein Name? Kommt aus Luxemburg.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me. The construct next to him is for his work.
Konstrukt.
Beep!
Nett.
Construct, beep!
Was war das gerade mit Paimons Augen?
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Yep. Der Paimbot 2000. Sehr freut.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
Ah, perfekt.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Scheint, als wäre er der richtige Idiot für diesen Job.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will...
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Warum verlassen die das Feld? Ich dachte, wir sind hier in ihrer Basis.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
Ja, stimmt. Es fühlt sich ziemlich gut an, mal was anderes, als was wir bisher von der Akademie und ihren Mitarbeitern mitbekommen haben.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power. Get ready. We will move out in 2 days.